Just a second. Okay. So good morning, everybody. My dear students, my dear faculty members, guests, Nitish sir, everyone. A warm welcome to day 20th of SAIP 2020, Automate Your World, Robotics, Automation and IoT. So today we have with us again Mr. Kurian, and he'll be taking the session. So welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And I am making you the co-host.
Okay.
Now you are the co-host, so you can share your screen.
Yeah.
It's visible. It's visible.
Okay. So good morning, students. Good morning, ma'am. And shall we start the session?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about Arduino development mode and different boards. What are the configurations of different boards? And we have done simple examples or simulation projects of Arduino using Tinkercad. And I have already given an assignment about assignment regarding light sensor, right? Anybody has done that? Students, have you tried that? Yes, Aditya is replaced, tried and but failed. No problem. We'll try it and try it here. No problem. Anybody else?
Raksham, if you could please mute your mic if you don't have to say or share anything. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So let's quickly going into Tinkercad. Okay. Before going to the light sensor, and today we are planning to have 2-3 experiments, couple of experiments, and we'll wind up the session within 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Okay. Anyway, yesterday we have discussed or we have done blinking of LED, fading of LED, and we have read an analog voltage through Arduino board, and also we have read digital push button through digital pin and turn on LED. Today we are going to interface a temperature sensor, a light sensor, and we are trying to interface buzzer, motor, etc. And before going to that, yesterday somebody asked a question like how to reset an Arduino using an external switch or external pin. Okay, first I will show you how to reset Arduino using the external switch. Okay. So to reset an Arduino pin using external switch, it is very easy because normally to reset an Arduino development mode, we have two options. One is an inbuilt switch. Inbuilt switch is already there to reset. Whenever we are pressing that switch, Arduino will reset and it will run the command. It will run the program from beginning. Okay. And similarly, we can reset the program, reset the Arduino using an external switch, which should be connected to reset pin which is available on the input output ports of Arduino. Okay. So if you have Tinkercad in your laptop, please load an Arduino to Tinkercad circuit design and connect a push button. We had already discussed how to connect a push button to an Arduino. Connect a push button to Arduino. Connect a push button to the reset pin of Arduino, and the other end of the push button should be connected to ground. Okay, just try to connect the push button to the reset pin, and the other end should be connected to ground. When you connect the push button, make sure that you are using diagonally opposite pins, because diagonally opposite pins are acting as switch connections. Okay, let me try that. First, I will take an Arduino Uno R3. Okay, let me put here. Okay, this is our reset pin. So I will take a switch, not switch, push button. We will take a push button. This is the push button. So okay, and I will connect terminal 1B, terminal 1B to reset. Okay, and the diagonally opposite pin, I will connect the diagonally opposite pin to ground. Okay, all right. And see, whenever a 0 voltage is returned to the reset pin, the Arduino board will reset it, or the entire program will run once again, or start from the beginning. Okay, and how do you know whether the Arduino board is reset or not? That we will check the code. Okay, for that I will write a code. I will modify the code which is already there in the code session. So I will begin a serial dot begin here. I'll begin a serial protocol 9600 baud rate, and in the void setup loop itself, I will print serial dot print ln hello. Okay, and in void loop, I will print serial dot print ln ABCD, just ABCD. Okay, so can you say what will happen when we run the code? Can you say what will happen when we run the code? Anybody from the students, can you tell me when we run the code, what will happen? Students? It's a very simple code. We have two loops, void setup loop and void loop, void setup function and void loop function. In void setup, I have begin serial protocol, and I am printing a hello, a string hello in the setup function, and I am printing ABCD in the loop function. When we are running the code, what will happen? Any idea? Anybody? Anybody from the student side? What will be the result, or what will be the result showing in the serial monitor? Any idea? Without running the code, anybody can say that?
So it will first print hello and then continuously print ABCD.
Very good, very good. First, it will print hello and it will continuously print ABCD, right? Let me check. Okay, let me check. We'll start the simulation and we'll see the serial monitor. You can see that. Okay, some error is there. Okay, forgot to put the semicolon here. See, ABCD is continuously printing, but hello is printed only once at the start of the program, right? When you stop the simulation and again I'll run it again, you can see that hello is print once. Okay, to see it more easily, I'll put the delay here. Delay of 2000. Okay, delay of, let me take 4000. That means 4-second delay. Okay, hello will print once, then ABCD, then after 4 seconds, next ABCD, then again next ABCD, ABCD, like that. Okay. So hello will print only once. So if you reset the Arduino, again it will start the code from beginning. So let me press the push button. Please be careful. Please be listen carefully. If you press this push button, you can see that the hello is printing again. That means the Arduino is resetted. So you again press the push button. See, if you again press the push button, hello is printing again. So whenever you press the push button, reset pin will get a ground voltage. That means 0 voltage. That means the entire Arduino development mode will get resetted and the entire program will run once again from the starting. From the beginning, it will start again. That is why hello is printing again. Make sense? Is that clear? You can try the same in Tinkercad in your laptop or desktop. Are you trying this? You got the answer? Students? Got it? Have you got the answer? Yes, good. So if you have any doubt in that, you can ask. So to reset an Arduino pin, we have to give a ground voltage to Arduino. Okay, whenever you are giving a ground voltage to Arduino, it will get resetted and it will run the code once again from the beginning. Okay, that is why whenever we are pressing the push button, reset pin will get ground and code will start from the beginning. That is why hello is printing again. Make sense? Is that clear? If it is clear, we will move on to another session, another experiment. Shall we move? Shall we move on to the another session? Another experiment? Yes. Okay, good. So, yesterday we had a small discussion regarding light sensor. Okay, now we are going to interface a light sensor. Yes, I have a problem. Yes, Aditya, tell me, what is it? What is your problem?
Sir, hello and ABCD are being printed continuously when I am resetting
So,
the board.
sorry?
Sir, hello and ABCD are being printed continuously on the screen when I am resetting the board, when I am pressing the switch.
Hello, where did you write hello? In loop function or setup function?
I wrote it in setup function.
Hello.
Yeah.
And ABCD in loop function.
Yes, yes.
Hello is also printing continuously or ABCD is printing continuously?
Now ABCD is printing continuously.
ABCD will print continuously because ABCD is written in loop function, right?
Right here.
Loop function will
When I was pressing the button, ABCD and hello was printing continuously. I was asking about that.
hello is also printing continuously.
Yes.
Okay. Can you copy paste the code in the chat box?
Sure.
He can share his screen. I can give him the rights.
Okay. Then please share the screen. I can.
Just a
I'll
second.
check
I am
that.
giving him the rights. Aditya, you can share now. I have given you the rights.
So see here.
First, I think so. They have to stop sharing their screen so that Aditya can show his screen.
Yeah.
I have given multiple rights, like multiple participant can share simultaneously.
No problem. I
Aditya,
have
are you
stopped the
facing?
sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see screen. Um, Aditya, can you press the push button?
Okay, sir. Sir, I pressed it, nothing happened.
Okay, hello is printing only once, right? Hello is printing only once, and ABCD is continuously printing.
Yes, yes. Now it is
This is
printing
correct.
continuously. ABCD is printing continuously now.
Okay. Right now it is correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Shall I stop sharing the
Yeah. Yeah.
screen?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Aditya.
Okay. So let's move on to interfacing of light sensor with Arduino. So our scenario is, I'll tell you the scenario. Our scenario is to make an automated light system. That means we have to turn on a bulb which is connected in your home, and whenever sunlight goes off. Okay, whenever sunlight goes off, we have to turn on a light which is connected in your home. Okay, connected in your the sit out of your home. Okay, and it will automatically turn off when sunlight is there. So that is the scenario. For that, we have to use a light sensor. So light sensor is basically, so before see, whenever you are using a sensor, that is very important. Please listen carefully. Whenever there are different sensors are there, like light sensor is there, temperature sensor is there, humidity sensor is there, temperature sensor is there, touch sensor, then ultrasonic sensor, IR sensor. I have already told you that each sensor will give you an electrical parameter, because each sensor will measure any physical quantity from the physical world. Either it will be water level, or temperature, or pressure, or light intensity, or distance, or velocity, something like that. Whatever be the physical quantity, all sensor will give you some electrical parameter. That electrical parameter may be either voltage, current, or resistance. So whatever be the electrical parameter, we have to give voltage to Arduino, because Arduino pins, especially the sensor outputs are analog in nature. So we have to connect analog voltage to A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. So if suppose a sensor is giving you resistance as the output, we have to convert that variation in the resistance to voltage. If it is current, we have to convert into voltage, and that voltage should be given to either A0 or A1 or A2, like up to A5. A0, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 are the analog input pins. Okay, so whatever be the electrical parameter coming from a sensor, we have to convert that electrical parameter into voltage. So here, in the case of light sensor or LDR, LDR is also called light dependent sensor. Light dependent resistor, because the resistance of that particular sensor will vary in accordance with the light intensity. The resistance of sensor will vary in accordance with the light intensity falling on the sensor. Very important. It is not varying the voltage. It is not varying the current. It will vary the resistance of the sensor. It is varying the resistance of the sensor. That means light sensor can be simply defined as a variable resistor, but the variation of the resistance will happen in accordance with the light intensity or light falling on the device. Make sense? Is that clear? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
clear? Yes. So, wait. So light, I hope you can see the presentation. Light sensor is a variable resistor, and the resistance variation is completely depends upon the amount of light falling on the surface. And you can see a graph over there. The resistance of the LDR will decreases when light intensity increases. That means during the sunlight, during the uh, during the sunlight, the intensity will during the sunlight, light intensity will be high, and at the same time, resistance of the LDR will be very low. Okay, and during night, that means in the dark time, resistance will be very high. So that resistance will vary in accordance with the light intensity falling on the LDR. So we need to convert this variation of resistance into voltage. Do you have any idea how do you convert, or how do we convert this variation in resistance to variation in voltage? Any idea regarding that? This is basic electronics actually. Converting variation in resistance to an voltage. Students, any idea regarding that? Any idea? How do we convert or how do we transform the variation of resistance into variation in voltage? Any idea? Okay, no problem. To convert this variation in resistance to voltage, we can use an electronic setup using resistors, which is called potential divider configuration. What do you mean by potential divider configuration? What do you mean by potential divider configuration? Okay, let's do an exercise in Tinkercad. Then you will get a clear idea about that. Okay. So I will take two resistors. Okay, let me take one resistor as 10 kilo ohm and another resistor as 680 ohm. Okay, and I am connecting these two together. Okay, and let me take a breadboard, then it will be easy. So we have two resistors, one is 10 kilo ohm and another one is 680 kilo ohm. And I'll connect these two resistors together. Okay, now I have made a connection between these two resistors. Okay, and I'll take one battery here and 9-volt battery. Positive terminal is connected to this row and negative terminal is connected to this row. And here, this is positive. I'm connecting positive to this resistor and negative to the other end. Okay, clear? Okay. So this resistance is 10 kilo ohm and this resistance is 680 ohm. And the top end of 10 kilo ohm resistor is connected to positive terminal of 9 volt and the extreme other end of 680 ohm is connected to negative terminal of 9 voltage battery. Okay, right? And can you tell me the voltage at this point? Okay, I will connect a multimeter over here. Please don't simulate this. Okay, please don't simulate this. I will connect this negative terminal to negative and positive terminal to this point. Okay. So what is the voltage between this point and ground? Can you calculate the voltage between this point and ground? How do you calculate it? How do you calculate it? See, we are giving 9 voltage to this and two resistors, and this resistor is 10 kilo ohm, and this is 680 ohm. I need to find out the voltage at this point. How do you find out the voltage? Can you calculate it using pen and paper method? Don't simulate it. Please don't simulate it. Please calculate in a pen and paper method. Can you calculate the voltage? Anybody? Anybody has any idea regarding how to calculate the voltage across the resistance 680 ohm? The voltage between this point and ground means voltage across 680 ohm. Do you have any idea? Please give me feedback. If you don't have any idea, I will explain.
That means we have to find resistance of the resistor.
See, resistance is already known. This is 10 kilo ohm and this is 680 ohm. And total voltage is already known, 9 volt. We have to find out the voltage across 680 ohm. The total voltage given to these two resistance is 9 volt. And you tell me, what is the configuration of these two resistors? They are connected in series or parallel?
I think they are connected in series, na?
Yes, they are connected in series. See,
Sir,
I
in
will
series, resistance got increased, na?
see. Listen, we are connecting two resistors like this, right? I'll draw a separate diagram. We are connecting two resistors like this, and what is the resistance value? This is 10 kilo ohm, right? This is 10 kilo ohm, and this is 680 ohm. Okay, this is 680 ohm, right? Makes sense? 680 ohm. And again, I will take a battery for you. I'll make it simple. And positive terminal is connected to this end, and negative terminal is connected to this end, isn't it? We need to find out the voltage across this resistor, this one, 680 ohm. How do you calculate it? See, when you connect two resistors in series, what are the parameters? Current will be same or different? Current will be same or different? When you connect two resistors, or when you connect n resistors in series combination, what should be the current flowing through the resistors? Whether it is same or different?
Current will be same, voltage will differ.
Current will be same and voltage will be different. Very good. So voltage should be different, right? So voltage across 10 kilo ohm, to find out the voltage across 680 ohm. Okay, voltage across 680 ohm, we have to find out the voltage across 680 ohm. And current through 10 kilo ohm as well as 680 ohm are seen, right? Let it be I. Let it be I. I is the current flowing through 10 kilo ohm as well as 680 ohm. Make sense? Any doubt? Let's imagine that current flowing through both resistors are I. Current flowing through both resistors. This 10 kilo ohm as well as 680 ohm are I. Same current. Okay. And what is the total voltage? What is the total voltage?
9 volt.
9?
9 volt.
9 volt. So, what is the total resistance here?
10680 ohms.
Total resistance is 110 kilo ohm plus 10 kilo ohm plus
680 ohms.
680 ohm. Total resistance, you can find out the total resistance. You can find out that you already know the total voltage, and you can find out the current easily, right? Just find out the current. Can you find out the current? Can you find out the current flowing through two resistors?
So we can use Ohm's law, na?
Yeah, Ohm's law. You should use Ohm's law.
Eight 8.29.
What?
8.29
How do you
ampere.
calculate it?
Voltage upon resistance upon voltage.
Total
Sorry, voltage
voltage.
upon resistance.
Total voltage
Upon
is 9
resistance.
divided by
Divided by 10,680.
10,680, which is equal to how many microampere?
8.27 into 10 to the power minus 4.
Okay, 8.4 into 10 raised to minus 4 amperes, right? Or we can say that 842 microampere, right? Or 0.8 milliampere. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, you got the current, right? You got the current. Anybody else got the current? Students, please. Aditya, you got the current? I think you have written something in chat. It is 0.013. Can you please check that 0.013? It is not 0.013. Can you please check the same? Okay. So right now you have the current. The current is 0.8 milliampere or which is 9 volt divided by 1680. If you do 9 volt divided by 1680, you will get 0.0008427, right? 0.0008427 will be the answer. Okay. I have posted the answer in chat box. 0.0008427 will be the current flowing through two resistors. So when you multiply this current with 10 kilo ohm, listen carefully. When you multiply this current with 10 kilo ohm, you will get the voltage across 10 kilo ohm. And when you multiply this current with 680 ohm, you will get the voltage across 680 ohm. So can you find out the voltage across both resistors, 10 kilo ohm as well as 680 ohm? Can you find out the voltage across 10 kilo ohm as well as 680 ohm? And post the same in chat box. This is the current. If you multiply this current with individual resistors, you will get the corresponding voltage across corresponding resistors. This is the concept. And when you add these two voltage together, you should get 9 voltage, because it should be on total, you should get 9 voltage, because we are giving only 9 voltage. So just multiply this value of current with individual resistance values, you will get the corresponding voltage across the resistors. Can you please multiply and post it in the chat box? Anybody got the answer? What is voltage across 10 kilo ohm? Voltage across 10 kilo ohm. Sorry? Anybody got the answer? Voltage across 10 kilo ohm and voltage across 680 ohm. 3.64 volt. Can you please check the same? Okay, you are using 1 kilo ohm instead of 10 kilo ohm. Seema, are you using 1 kilo ohm instead of 10 kilo ohm? Seema is there? See, we are using the top resistor as 10 kilo ohm and bottom resistor as 680 ohm. So please do the calculation accordingly. Any other answers from the student side? Anybody else got the answer? Guys? 8.427 across 10 kilo ohm. And what is the voltage across 680 ohm? Sumant. Okay. Pravish Rajput also posted that it is 8.43. Okay, let me check that. And I am asking the voltage across 680 ohm. What is the voltage across 680 ohm? Okay, 0.5730. Let me check that. Okay, guys, please listen. Please listen to the Tinkercad circuit. Okay, I will take a multimeter and place over here. First, we'll check the voltage across 680 ohm. So this is 680 ohm, voltage across 680 ohm, right? We'll check the voltage across 680 ohm. Sorry, the negative and positive changed. So this is positive terminal. So positive terminal should be connected to the top. Okay. Negative terminal to the ground. So this is ground, right? So if you start the simulation, you can see that it is 573 millivolt. That means 0.573. You got the correct answer. 0.573 is the voltage. So Seema, you got the right answer. Sumant, you got also the right answer. The voltage across 10 kilo ohm. Let me check that voltage across 10 kilo ohm. Positive terminal should be connected to the top of 10 kilo ohm and negative terminal should be connected to bottom of 10 kilo ohm. So this will give you voltage across 10 kilo ohm. So you can see that it is 8.43. So as per the calculation, the voltage across 10 kilo ohm as well as 680 ohms are right. And if you change the voltage, if you change the resistance from 10 kilo ohm to 1 kilo ohm, you will get a different answer. See, if you change it as 1 kilo ohm, the voltage across 1 kilo ohm is 5.35 and voltage across 680 ohm will be 9 minus 5.35, isn't it? See, 3.64 is the voltage. See, I think Seema has already done this using 1 kilo ohm. Very good, Seema. So, right answer 3.64 and 5.63 across 1 kilo ohm. Okay, good. Hope you guys done this and you got the answer. So, what is the purpose of this? We are connecting two resistors in parallel, and see, when you connect two resistors in parallel and we are giving 9 voltage battery, the voltage get divided unequally. You can how do you, okay, let me ask one question. How do you divide the voltage equally? Anybody can answer? How can you divide the voltage equally? See, we are giving 9 voltage, I need 4.5 voltage. How do you divide it equally? In this experiment, the voltage got divided unequally. See, on the 1 kilo ohm resistor, you got around 5 point something voltage, and in 680 ohm, you will get 3 point something voltage. How do you make it equal?
Equal
Very good.
resistance
Yes, yes.
on both sides.
Very good, very good. If you choose equal resistance at both ends, you will get same equal values. That means if you choose either 1 kilo ohm on both sides or 680 ohms. Let me take both are 680 ohms. Okay, let me choose both are 680 ohms. Then we'll check using a multimeter. You can see that if you connect the multimeter over here, you can see that it will be 4.5 voltage, exact half of the total voltage that we are giving to the total resistor system. Okay, and this is how we are dividing the voltage using resistance. So what happens? Listen, and if you change this resistance with a potentiometer, listen very carefully. I'll change this resistance with a potentiometer. And this terminal, I'll connect this terminal to this point and wiper terminal to this point. Okay, and listen, this is 250 kilo ohm. I'll make it I'll make it 1 kilo ohm, and let this make a, let the top resistor is 10 kilo ohm. Okay, listen. Okay, listen. So this on the top resistor is 10 kilo ohm, which is connected to VCC, or which is connected to 5 volt 9 voltage, and this is connected to ground, which is 1 kilo ohm. So I will start the simulation. See, now the voltage across the potentiometer is 0.8 millivolt. And if you change the potentiometer, you can see that voltage, that means resistance increases, voltage reduces. And finally, it will become 0. Make sense? Make sense? So imagine that this is a LDR, or light resistance, light dependent resistor, and depending upon the light intensity falling on the LDR, this resistance will vary. And if you have a configuration like this, we can also take the variation in voltage. Got the idea? Just imagine that instead of this potentiometer, if it is a LDR, or light dependent resistor, the resistance will automatically vary in accordance with the light intensity falling on the device, and you will get the variation in voltage corresponding to that variation of resistance. Make sense? And if you change the resistance, if you change the resistance of potentiometer into 5 kilo ohm, you can see when you start the simulation, initially it was 3, and if you increase the resistance, the voltage get reduced. Okay, this is the concept. Make sense? And this is called voltage division using resistors. There is a rule called voltage division rule. There is a formula for voltage division. I will explain that too. It is very simple. Okay. All right. I'll